Okay, great. Thanks. Today, I want to share something that's critical to me moving forward if we are going to engage in this enterprise, especially with the collaboration and partnership with the E3 and the things that we want to do, Ramon and I, in terms of having the event. Everything I've done today, everything I've shown you, I'm going to have to reconfigure my organization. And that means back end stuff. And so that means that I need to be able to manage, track, trace back everything we do in terms of onboarding clients, developing content, requirements in order to create a repeatable process. I have a couple of things I want to share. I have a presentation as
Mhm.
well as a short video. I'm going to show you a short video, and the video is designed to like, hey, here's what we offer. And so the video is just I call that, matter of fact, I haven't even reviewed it. I just did the script based on the concept. It just finished running. I'm going to share it and then go into the presentation.
Okay.
Right? What are you seeing now? You see my screen?
Yes.
Commit Group doesn't just sell AI in a box. We empower you to own your data, control every cost, and launch scalable, franchise-ready businesses that transform communities. Why change? Because lasting success needs total transparency. We make every dollar and decision visible, giving you the blueprint to replicate profit and empower others. Our system runs on Zoho OneDeal.ai, Famous.ai, and 1000xAI certification. Every solution is transparent, traceable, and certified for ethical AI integration. Our certified team brings decades of combined expertise, data automation operations, business ethics, hardware, and community engagement. We work together for your results. We don't sell black boxes. Every solution is fully auditable. 1000 XAI and Zoho certified for ethical, explainable, human first AI. However you want to launch, do it yourself, done for you, or done in workshop. Every step is tailored using your AIQ survey and intake. Your journey starts with a requirement survey, capturing your workflow needs and goals. Our team and Bayesian model recommend a custom solution. Our Bayesian approach means every project learns and adapts. We prioritize resources for the highest impact results, updating every week as data rolls in. Clients see cost and outcomes. Our system enables easy replication from one event to a scalable franchise. Whether you're a local entrepreneur, nonprofit, or a fifth grader ready to start, subscribe to our platform and let's build authentic intelligence together.
That was the Chamber of Commerce presentation I envision in selling this platform in terms of what makes us different, who are we, and what are we selling. The point here is, and it boils down to several things. Selling digital products is a complex undertaking. I have seen that, and I know that if I'm going to continue, it has to be okay.
So I see this is Roger in an email.
Yeah, we're on the call now, Ramona. So,
Gotcha. Is it the ZohoBookings.com?
mm, mm,
I never mind. No, that's not it. Sorry.
Christina is going to send you the link if you need it.
Tell her she can go ahead and send it to my Ramona Rogers 878.
Okay, can you send it to Ramona Rogers 878?
Okay, sure.
Okay, he's sending it now.
Awesome. Thank you. Sorry.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Yeah, that was Ramona. So this is the Chamber of Commerce presentation. The next presentation really does a deeper dive into roles and responsibilities in order to reconfigure the back end. What I'm saying is I need to do work in the back end of my system, and I'm moving towards that. Everything I'm giving Christina to do revolves around that. But also this presentation will show that we got a lot of moving parts. We have a multidisciplinary team, and each team member has a role, responsibility, and function within this ecosystem. It's not so much of changing anything, it's just modifying it in order to be responsive, in order to onboard, in order to track, in order to have a chart of accounts. That's important in bookkeeping. That aligns and links directly to the products and services that you sell. What the chart of accounts will do, it will allow us to manage, okay, what did it take to produce that product? How much does this service cost? How much is the requirement? We're able to track that, but that's on the back end. All of those things can be automated through agentics. That's what I'm working on now. I have a bookkeeper. We're trying to align those call center functions, features, and functionality within my system to track and measure. One of the concerns, as Danny knows, I'm always talking about, wow, I paid a lot for tokens this month. Generative AI is an expensive undertaking. So I could be making money, but I could be losing money also. And I don't know. And so, like on Shark Tank, I don't know my numbers. And so I don't feel comfortable not knowing my numbers and not knowing if we're even charging the right amount for one of our products or services. We got other things going on. We got the E3 partnership, okay? And then we have an event in October that we're trying to work towards. Everything we're doing is going to be in alignment with that. Danny, you have any questions? I'll go through the presentation.
I'll wait for Ramona on the presentation. As far as the video, I think your script is decent, but there's two issues. One, you need to have Tina create some new images for some of the transition screens. More importantly, you have to keep remembering people don't buy features, they buy benefits. Listing all of the product platforms is relatively unimportant at this stage. In other words, your 30-second, 60-second, 90-second video reel shouldn't talk about features. And in this case, the app names are the feature. Most people don't know who Deal is, who Famous is, or any of the other ones you listed, so they don't care. The only thing you should be talking about is we have platforms that are for you to use, that don't require any coding, that will help you generate revenue. In other words, what's in it for them? They don't care about the features, hence the name of the products. They only care about what is going to deliver to them. You get where I'm going?
That's very good. I just saw that recently about the distinction between benefits and features in terms of cost. People who are on a low budget, they like to see what I'm getting for my money.
No, people on an expensive budget like that too.
I'm giving you the distinction of what I got out of this article. And this is what it said. It said the people who are decision makers, the CIOs, the directors, those people are concerned about the benefits, the return on investment. It's different in the marketing. You're right. We're not really marketing for cost. It's not saying that we're the low. We have a product for $19.95. You can come in and do it for yourself and learn. In terms of meeting the people where they are, we give them that $19.
That's it. That's on
Benefits.
sales funnel.
You're right. You're right. No, I'm agreeing with you. It was your feedback that to focus on the benefits and the return on investment at the high levels. People are like, wow, you guys can do that. I can get this. What do I need to do? Thank you for that feedback. That was good information. I'm going to drop this video into the chat. Ramona, you can look at it when you get a chance.
Hello, Christina. Hello, Danny.
Ramona, we just went over a marketing video that I developed based on a conversation we had earlier this week about your desire to lead the franchise and marketing aspect of this whole thing. I think that is an excellent idea because it's in alignment with what we're trying to do. We're trying to build a system that's replicable. We're trying to build a back end that says, I'm building this for, like, for example, Carter Lambert may want a back end system with all the features and functionalities that Zoho has. That's my job. I'm like, okay, let's show them what it can do. We're showing them right now what we can do because these events that we're trying to build towards, using, and if we have time, I'll allow Christina to show you. I don't know if we've done any work on it, but we are building the landing page.
I see that.
Page.
I saw something. I don't know if it came from you or Christina, but it showed all of the speakers and things.
Yeah, that's what we're building. Your email is in there, so you'll get notified if you're a speaker. We're building that for the event for October right now. That's in development, but that's just a small part. I put in the marketing video. Danny gave me some feedback on it and how we need to upgrade it and some things that Christina needs to do in terms of focusing on benefits and aspects. We'll have to redo the script and then redo the video. And that's our marketing video in terms of here's what we do. Here's who we are. Combines all of our very different experiences. Anyway, having said all that, I started this conversation with the fact that I have to reconfigure my back end of my processing capability in order to manage, track the sale of content that we generated, to track and
Okay.
monitor the work that the BAs are doing, to track and
Okay.
monitor the work that I got some developers bringing in. So all those things are cost centers for me. Now I told Danny, just like on Shark, look at your hair. Look at your Ramona's got new hair. Anyway, this is a new beginning as well. We're changing our hair at this point, our hairstyle. Everything is there already. I mean, it really is about how we're going to function. So I've gone through that video. Grab that out of the chat, Ramona. Look at that when you can. It's a draft. There needs to be some work done. Now I'm going to share with you the roles and responsibilities of the back end to prepare for all the things that we're going to be doing in the next 4 to 5 months. And so that's what I'm showing next. And so I'm going to start that presentation.
Alrighty.
Okay. Okay. What are you doing? What do you see now? You see my screen?
I do.
That's okay.
Yeah, I got
Okay.
it.
So I'm going to go into present mode. Essentially, this is for the team. The marketing video, that's what I call it, Chamber of Commerce presentations, where people come out and tell you all the wonderful things they can do. They may not even be able to do it. Here's what we think we can do for you just to get you excited. That was our Chamber of Commerce presentation. But in order to make that video a reality, I got to configure my back end to do what I need to do. I've been working with Christina, so everybody has a role. And I'm trying to ensure that all those pieces of the puzzle are pieces of the puzzle that need to be in the box. Christina may have one task she's working on, but she doesn't realize how it fits into the overall big picture. And so, just as the other individuals I'm working with, they have pieces they're working on, but they don't know how to fit the big picture. What this presentation does is bring the big picture puzzles together. Whenever we talk about what we do, we should distinguish ourselves from the run-of-the-mill AI providers that are out there. We should be focusing on owning your future, authentic intelligence for scale, control, and growth. And again, all this has come out of the Royal Incubator, authentic intelligence. We're going to leverage the fact that you get to own your own data. If you're using Gmail from an enterprise level, if you're using third-party applications, you don't really own that data. Anything you produce and drop in there, it's going to be analyzed, reused, and retargeted against you. I know that for a fact because it just happened to me 2 days ago. I was a member of the Calvin County Minority Business Association for a couple of years, and I was on the board of directors. I get an email 2 days ago that says, would you like an email listing of all the principals in the Calvin County Minority Board Association from a data aggregator? They have found me. I'm like, okay, I served on that board. Now they're trying to sell me actual emails to the people that I work with.
Wow.
That's monetizing products and services. And that's how your data is being used. That's just an example. And I wanted to use that because it was fresh.
Emails have always been, that's exactly why Facebook is free and it has always been free because they are collecting all of the data. The user
And
has an email.
that's the whole point about when you're in our ecosystem, you control, you own your data, or at least you know when somebody else is using it. And now you can trace it back to say, hey, we produced that. You know the
Got it.
date when you produced it, you got the receipts. That's
Okay.
all this is. Owning your own data, controlling your costs to produce this stuff. This stuff is getting expensive for me. I need to get a handle on it. All these things for me on my back end is like a bottomless pit if you don't manage it. If
Right.
we can't get it down a 3 to 5 minute video, what that costs us, those are the sort of information I need to know. How
Mhm.
much am I paying for a client to produce just a 5 minute video based on the fact that every time I use the video tool in my
Mhm.
AI workstation and I regenerate it, it costs me 50 credits and 150 to produce the original and then 50 to update it. Those credits means dollars or dimes to me. That's a real cost. And
Okay.
that adds up. So number one, for the client, the benefits, Danny, owning your own data. That's the benefit that the enterprise level gets. Controlling costs, how much you're paying for tools.
Right.
And then not only that, when you get good at it, I want you guys to listen very carefully.
Mm-hmm.
I want to scale this business to the degree where the back end is so powerful that I can sell this platform and retire. Period. I'm just going to tell you up front. I want to sell the business. If I can convince somebody to buy this thing, I would do it. They can buy a ChemE group. I don't care, because there are other things that I want to do. But in order to get there, I got to have a franchise-like approach. Thank you, Ramona, for putting that into my spirit of looking at this as a franchise. What makes franchises successful? Models.
Exactly. Precisely.
Ramona knows that well. That's our mission. Why I can't explain this any better than what you see on the right-hand side. It's like a glacier. You just see the tip of the iceberg, but underneath there's a lot of stuff. Underneath, trying to do what we do, there's a lot of moving parts. But thank goodness we have several platforms that allow us to manage, control, and track. But the problem is it costs money to get this developed. I'm going to make that investment on my back end. I'm going to be having other people come in and try to establish the workflows and agents to support what we're trying to do. In addition to that, trying to support the event in October that we're trying to develop.
What was the maximum count for that event in October?
There's no count yet, Ramona. We're
still in the planning stage.
We haven't even made any arrangements, so we're not at that point yet. We're trying to get there. I think that we should shoot for 150 folks, both online and in person, combined with these two incubators, one at Suber and one at this other place. We should get at least 30 or 40 people in place, virtual. I mean, so it's going to be a hybrid event again, just like we've done in the past. Now, here's the new workflow, how it connects. The key here, the biggest thing that I have to do in my business is get a product register. I've mentioned this before. It's nothing more than a product description for a digital product. How do you describe a digital product? For example, if we sell a 5-minute video, then we better know and be able to track and trace what it took to produce that video in terms of the BA's time, in terms of the tokens that were used and systems or Superbase that it draws against. All those things have to be done for every product we sell. If we got one product, we need 20 data points. In my mind, we got 10 to 12 main core products. You know, one of them is the AI workstation, the hardware that we're building. The other one is the Chesapeake application that we're trying to replicate. And the other one is the products and services like the nonprofit AI.ai, the thing we did for Pastor Freeman. I'm sure we lost money.
Did you have to bring somebody in for that one?
No, Well, Danny, other than
you and
Danny, Christina, myself, no, we figured it all out.
Oh,
I mean, no,
cool. And that was your first one.
And that was our first one, absolutely.
Oh, now that you know exactly which steps.
And now that I know, I don't want to do it anymore. Absolutely.
Wait, wasn't it 5K? That's a high ticket.
It is, but it's how he pays. I mean, he didn't pay 5K all at once. He's on a payment plan.
Right.
Even though it costs, that's what we charge him. It may have cost us 45K to do. So what's our profit margin? $500. That's I don't know that because I didn't track it that way.
Okay.
But this is why I'm going back and saying I got to track what I charge. At least have a semblance of an idea. Right. So now we're going to the team roles and why. Obviously, these are the teams: Joel, Christina, Danny, Ramona, and I got you in there. You know, Ramona.
I see that
twice under Royal Influencers. You have 2 roles. These are the roles. Arcadian Computers. I'm working with him right now. We're trying to get a minimal viable product, an actual off-grid, embedded, independent workstation that's going to be that's going to have a Starlink capability that we're going to demo at this October event that we're going to be trying to sell for whatever 25 or 30K. I don't know yet, but that's what, you know, I just worked with John today. I just sent him the requirements and say, hey, what is it going to cost to build this to demo in October? We're going to have a hardware demonstration. The idea is to take that Python code we've developed and load it onto the workstation itself. And so I told that's what the plan is. to take all the codes that we developed, the Python, and load it onto the AI workstation so it can operate independently. That has not been fully developed and thought out yet. When you see the E3 rep, that's the Center for Entrepreneurial Development. That is who that is. They're going to be important in marketing this event. I'm looking at it being a co-branded event with them. I have not made that presentation, and that's what I'm working on this week. Hopefully, I'll be making that presentation to them to co-brand this event. We are bringing on a Zoho developer because they're the ones who are going to have to take all these things. They'll probably be sitting in at some point. And then an analytics lead, that's really a data manager, data analyst, scientist. I don't know who that's going to be. But each role is designed to support a complete system. I was speaking about the product register. Think about it. When you go to McDonald's, you have a menu. You want the Big Mac with everything on it, fries and Coke. That's a bundle. Well, you better best believe that McDonald's has the complete cost of that product tracked in its system. In terms of their CRM, how they register, how it's rang up. It's nothing but a chart of accounts. We have to do the same thing for digital products. Digital products cost money to produce. So I have to update my CRM, my books, my system to make sure that those products are tagged correctly. I know when Christina is working on this product or project, and so it can be mapped and traced through the system. I don't know how it does it, but it can do it. It can be set up, and that's why you have the Zoho developer. They're going to make those connections from the CRM, from the books, to the events, to the projects. And it's a complete ecosystem so that, you have a full account of every client, customer, or vendor interaction. These are just some projected timelines. A lot of them belong to me, and they really don't apply to you. For me, again, as I mentioned, the bookkeeping automation, the hardware with Jonathan, these are all the things that I have to do. The franchise, Ramona, you just don't know. I have a tool that I've been working on to help franchise a food truck. If somebody wants to do a food truck, I have a franchise product kit that I developed. And I'm like, what am I going to do with this? I had no idea what I was developing. Food trucks, for me, they got some great food trucks up here. A lot of them minority owned. I walked by one yesterday at the DMV. I went to get some license plate, a tag. There's this food truck out there. And I asked her, is this a franchise? No, it should be. A lot of these people need to know, but how do they get the money to do it? How can they get the grant? How do they brand the food truck in terms of the wrap, the visuals, all those things can be done for them, and they can have a turnkey franchise capability for their food truck business. That's just one use case. How do we know when we're successful? When I feel comfortable and I have complete transparency and I know how much these things cost me, I know I've arrived. I know Christina will know when she can track every campaign in the CRS system, see what that campaign costs, see what we're selling, and look at the return on investment. And so it's all going to be tracked.
Zoho has these built in.
They have to be automated, and that's why you need a developer. I have been able to scale my business because of development costs. If that happens, we have developed a franchise system in itself at the enterprise level, especially for people that say, hey, I want to create a digital transformation agency like ChemE Group. Well, we can sell you that whole kit, ChemE Group, CRM, analytics, databases, knowledge bases, $50,000. Here you go. If you have to get it down to a franchise in order for them to turnkey it. The selling points: data ownership, cost reduction, scaling potential, digital transformation. Explain it to me as a fifth grader. Imagine you had a lemonade stand, and the lemonade stand has one notebook. Every time you work, you punch a card. Your friends pay you because it's so organized. And so our notebook is Zoho. A time card, this is something I've been working with Christina on. At some point, if we scale and grow, everybody should have a Zoho Click account, especially for the VAs. So you know what projects they're working on. When they sign in, there's a button. You can click that button. I'm working on this project. I'm working on that project. And then that automatically goes back to the books for timekeeping for that week. So I don't have to manually figure out what project anybody worked on. Zoho
Right.
Click can do all that, but you got to have an account. And Zoho Click allows you to basically, it's a remote working tool. It's
Gotcha.
designed, and this is a tool that can be sold to government. It's
Right.
a tool that can be developed for government use, because if people work remotely, one of the big concerns we have is, are people doing their jobs? I
Mhm.
mean, it's not that you're transparent, it's just that you have the data. You know
Right.
when they logged in, what project they worked on, when they logged out. That's, as a manager, as an organizer, as a person who certifies time cards, I wanted to make sure that this is correct. It helps me do my job a lot easier. But anyway, that is the explanation of what I'm trying to do. Makes it easy to see, because otherwise we're just guessing. The final motivation, everyone, we don't sell AI. We're promoting authentic intelligence, ethical intelligence. We're demystifying this stuff. AI is just way too broad. We build systems you own: hardware, software, data, and profits. Own, monetize, and scale. And that's what we build. That's what we're selling. Systems that you own, your curated data. The money in your curated data, the data that you already own,
Mhm.
you wouldn't believe what you have on the table already if you understood how to manage it. This is the preliminary.
Okay.
There's a lot of work to be done, but at the end of the day, the dashboard should look like this. When you log in, you know what the budget is. You know
Right.
what projects are going on. You know what tasks have been completed. You know who's available to do work. That's my world, data. So you can manage from there.
That was Click from Zoho. You were just demonstrating for us?
No,
That wasn't. What program was?
that was just a mock-up of a dashboard.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
There's no program. It was just a mock-up. But Zoho can display a dashboard like that.
Right. Right.
When you connect all the interfaces together, you get
Okay.
those analytics in Zoho, which is beautiful. People, and so managers, directors, CIOs, they love data. That's why we need a data scientist, data manager, because data
Right.
is the new oil, the new currency.
I know you mentioned coding earlier, but things like coding that takes forever to create is the very reason why AI is so effective, because you bypass all of the coding
Here's a secret.
with
And Danny,
using
and
by
here's
using AI. Now,
and
I know that you are addicted to data as well.
I,
I know that you are addicted to
I,
systems
I
as
learned
well,
something from Danny,
including coding.
and 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 because we have gone into rapid application development now,
Rapid
same,
keyword. And coding is not rapid.
well, it is now, because
Giving them a hard time then.
because all you need to do now, and here's, we don't want to tell everybody our secret. The secret sauce is, I'm a Python coder now, and I never understood Python, but now I'm like, okay, because ChatGPT taught me how to create a Python code. I can ask it, and then I take that same code over to Famous AI. It's still going to cost you connection fees and APIs and knowledge bases. Still have to be developed, but I haven't quite figured it out how to make the Famous application completely functional from one prompt yet. Maybe Danny knows.
It's not possible to make it fully functional front and back with one prompt, but you can build the entire wireframe of the product like you did with Catalyst. Like you said, it's connecting all the plumbing in the back end, which in itself is involved, but you don't have to know how to code.
Exactly.
But it makes it a lot easier for us to develop an application for a client.
Right, right.
Because
Absolutely.
those are tactics, techniques, and procedures that we use internally. I mean,
Your prompt would be your data. You would not share your prompt because
that's intellectual property. Now, what we're going to do, what I like that we did last time, and we didn't get the chance to show on your show, that we were going to demonstrate our marketplace of apps that we've already built. Those apps can be reused like a franchise. If someone saw an app, for example, for a travel agency, and they're like, hey, I like that app. Can I have that? Sure, we can customize the app for you for $2,500. Does that make sense, Danny?
Absolutely.
are you talking about AI workstation or an a la carte menu of apps that people can choose from?
Yeah, in between the AI workstation and BillBiz, Danny has a whole portfolio of different apps he's already created.
Awesome.
Basically, we have to find a way to display a marketplace of those apps that say, hey, these apps are for sale. Claim it, make it yours. We can deliver this app in 48 hours based on your requirements. I don't have it completely thought out, but the marketplace idea, the franchising idea is all good. And as Danny would say, the cadence is towards the October event. I have to put together the proposal. I haven't done it yet. I did propose it to the E3 Center.
Oh, gotcha. You are using their facility, correct?
That is the idea.
Got it.
Let me throw one thing out there. In the middle of your presentation, you presented the 5th grade version of explanation of your plan. One of not of the plan, of that particular thing you were discussing, the franchise model. In my experience, 30 plus years selling to CEOs, the executive summary or the beginning of your presentation deck should always be at the 5th grade level. And they only care about ROI. That's true. But they also, if they're a good leader, they understand what they know and what they don't know. Most CEOs depend on a team, and all you're trying to do in that initial 5 minutes, number one, show them that you understand their business specifically. If you're doing this to the Chamber of Commerce, that's a little bit more difficult, but what you can do is go through the chamber, or at least ask your coach in the chamber meeting who's going to be there, and pick 3 or 5 of them and make them your target audience and show them quickly in the first 5 minutes how you're going to help them. And then, of course, you'll say this applies to everybody, but immediately focus on 3 to 5 5th grade level explanations of how you're going to help them. That's just to get their attention. Once you have their attention, then you can go into more specifics. But that first 5 minutes is all about you targeting your biggest 5 opportunities in the room or online or wherever they are. From there, you will get more specific and say, okay, now that I've told you what I can do for you, let me explain how, which is your favorite part. That's all I'm saying. Get the first part of the meeting to be nothing technical, no jargon, no features, strictly here's what I'm going to do for you in the first 5 minutes. And then go from there. The other thing I would say is, I don't know what because again, you're being very specific in that you're building something bigger, and I love that. You can either spend your day grinding away at small cost and getting likewise results. No disagreement from me. The fact that you want to go bigger or go home, I get that, and I'm here to help with that. But once you get past that first 5 minute part of the conversation, they can delegate to whomever, their operations guy, their whomever they need to bring into the conversation to dive under the hood for the rest of it. If they're smaller, maybe they do want to know everything that you're talking about. It just depends on the size of the people that you're talking to. My suggestion is, even though you're talking to a CEO, that 5th grade first conversation is highly effective.
Exactly.
It really is. Most of them are medium smart, and quite a lot of them depend on the team to understand the details, and they just make the decision once they have their trusted sergeants. Again, a good officer in any military knows that the sergeants, the ones that run it, they just need to give them their marching orders and step out of the way and let their sergeants deal with it. In corporate, it works the same way. The smart ones, the better CEOs, hey, number one, I don't know. Number two, I don't care. That's not my job. If you get them to know that you've done a little bit of research on them, you understand their specific pains, this is where your expertise comes in. If you pick 3 or 4 examples based on your experiences, so you don't have to worry about, are these pain points real? You know what I'm saying? Because you've run companies, you've run large organizations.
Exactly.
You know what those real pain points are and how you would want somebody to talk to you. Now, don't get me wrong, you are more technical, more process orientated
Mhm,
than most CEOs, but not all, but most CEOs.
mhm.
So you just have to, that's why I'm talking about the fifth grade level. You just have to make sure you dumb it down for them. And trust me, I've had those conversations with CEOs. They've accused me of being too technical to be a salesperson. And I
Yes.
say, that's why I don't open my conversation with that. But if you want to get under the hood, we can have that conversation. But I know that's not where most of them live. They want to know the ROI, they want to know efficiency, because you love efficiencies. They want to know what's the
Exactly.
efficiencies upgrade that you're going to do for them in their business. That part of the conversation they will love. That's where they spend their whole day. They live
Yep.
there. That's all they talk about all day is profit and loss, because
Yep.
that's all that makes them look good for the board and gets them their next bonus and et
Exactly.
cetera. That's why that's all they care about. Everybody you're selling to, it's what's in it for them. CEO level, how do I get my next $2 million bonus?
Bottom line.
In any sales process, read their profit and loss, their report to their board. What's their vision for 26 is we're going to do this, we're going to do that, and go there. I would always go in there and go, here's how I'm going to help you do your visions for 2026. I'm going to help you do this, I'm going
Exactly.
to help you do that, I'm going to help you do that. Then they know where they're going, and that's what's in it for their organization. Now we can have a conversation about how you're going to do that. If you
Oh.
go in there talking about deal and famous, they don't give a shit.
In a nutshell.
That's my whole point. And stuff already. You keep saying you're not a good salesperson, but I know you are. Just start with that stuff. That's all they care about. All right, I do have to process another presentation for Empire, so I'm going to jump off in about 5 minutes. Questions for me, Joe, that I can answer for you? Things you want me to help you with specifically?
No, have you done any more work on the Chesapeake Catalyst app?
Not on the app itself. I've been working with the lady who has that government hub, which is part of what we're going to plug into the Chesapeake app. And when are you planning to do the demo of the Chesapeake? We have that show thing coming up in October. When are you going to do the E3 thing?
I haven't decided yet. I'm waiting to hear back. I've made some initial contact. There's a meeting coming up soon. I got to go there. It's going to be soon. I'll have more information by next Thursday.
All right. I'll keep building out the core apps that are going to be for the government hub. Those are going to be the same apps we're going to demo in Chesapeake Catalyst as far as government contracting functionality. That's what I'm working on.
Christina, would you send Ramona the link to the Chesapeake app? Ramona, would you get that link and download it? Take a look, Danny.
I have not changed anything in the link. No, no.
Yeah, it should be the Chesapeake Catalyst app.
And Danny, that was a great synopsis of exactly how to present the initial presentation to any and all of the corporations that are definitely going to be interested. I can definitely see that this can be very lucrative. Everybody has heard of AI. And now that the government has recently invested 400 billion for all of the government entities and companies, all of the companies are now getting ready to be integrating AI. However, they don't want to deal with the stuff that you are good at, Joel, which is exactly what Danny just said. It's all of the technical aspects. They don't want to deal with that.
And that's why I sent you that. They're releasing money like crazy, Danny. I sent Ramona, I mean, some training, $30 million. The Department of Labor just issued some contract for AI training.
Yeah.
I mean, the money is there. We just got to figure out how to get it. Once we get this in place, and once we start demoing this and trying to integrate ourselves into the E3 construct, my idea is to sell them the entire package and develop it to the point where they take it over and run with it. And we just step back. We train them to train their trainers, give them the curriculum. We give them the complete ecosystem from stand up. We give them all our training courses. And so we're selling digital services to update their learning management system in their academy. We create the courses for that. That's where I envision. And they pay us $5,000 to $10,000 a month or buy it outright. That's my idea once we get this. But to get there, we have to build trust. And building trust will be through these projects that we're trying to do.
Absolutely. You use Chesapeake as the blueprint. And now you sell that as the franchise. And I believe you did just mention this. You sell that in a bundle, and maybe they have their own staff that can do it.
Tina sent you the link. It's in the chat. Are you able to get to the chat?
I have the first link that you sent. She just sent a new one. Oh, yeah, I see it now. Didn't you share this with me already?
Probably we want you to take a look at
We
it. So
talked.
you need to go through it. And that's what we're pushing. That's what we're developing. And it has to do with procurement, RFPs, proposals, getting minority business enterprises up to speed, the whole thing. You look at it from a franchise perspective to see, yeah, this will work.
Okay. All right. I'm going to jump, but as I said, man, just let me know. I will continue to work on the GovHub stuff, specifically the core content for the Chesapeake, so that we can demo. I'm happy to work with you on any decks, putting together for either Chamber or for E3.
Yeah, when I say chamber, that's the E3
Oh, the same
presentation.
thing? Okay.
Same thing. As a
Okay.
generic term, I use chamber.
Oh, okay. I got it now.
I needed that clarification myself.
All right. Yeah. All right.
So it's the same as anybody that we're trying to get a foot in the door.
Gotcha.
No problem. All right,
All right.
then. I'll let you
All right,
guys.
that's it.
All right,
Thank you.
thanks,
Bye-bye.
Danny.